met a lot as well, including with a lot of CEOs and chairmen of companies in India, Singapore, and the US, and a lot of reinforcement of these ideas. But what I want to quickly mention to you is what this personal mastery is. It relies on these three key sub-principles. So first principle is self-awareness, and I'll talk to it in a second. Second is clarity of purpose. Right? I've been talking about lack of purpose and so on. Third is self-responsibility. Right? So let me just kind of spend a moment on that. So self-awareness is absolutely crucial because it's so important for us to deepen our understanding of ourselves, because without that we are easily influenced by people around us. Whatever seems popular is what we want to do because we don't know any better. We are not sure of what's right for us. So we end up doing whatever most people are doing. Also, the self-awareness is at sort of multiple levels. So there is the physical habits, becoming aware of that, physical actions, how we behave. There's the emotional side of self-awareness, of our triggers, what makes us upset, how do we deal with failure, resilience, and so on. Mental models, our attitudes, perceptions, beliefs, our thought processes, how do we think, why do we have these beliefs, and why do we think this way, etc. Also our spiritual identity of understanding who are we at a spiritual level. So it's all those levels of awareness, building that and committing ourselves to deepening that is what self-awareness is about. Purpose of life, absolutely central to, I think, the message I want to leave you with, is to question. I like to believe that each one of us is uniquely gifted and has a specific purpose to fulfill on this planet. But how often do we take the time to discover it? Usually we are on a treadmill of activity, continuously, day after day, and perhaps going nowhere in terms of actually pursuing something meaningful. So I would like to ask you, what is, to your mind, what is really valuable to you? Do you want to be more successful, or do you want to make a more significant contribution? Do you want more money, or do you want greater happiness? So, oftentimes I think, as I said before, in today's society there is tremendous value attached to external and visible parameters of evaluation. So, your career, your titles, the size of your net worth, to the car you drive, to whatever. These are the things which we associate with, this is what we assess people on. And secondly, there is also the notion of relative success. I think we get caught up in that a lot. So the person driving the Toyota Corolla is thinking about, when am I going to move into the Camry? And the person in the Camry you think is happy, right? Because you've got Corolla, so the Camry guy must be really happy. The person driving Camry is thinking, when am I going to move to the E-Class? So whatever, whatever the hierarchy is, right? So the point is, we are all living a poor man's life because we are constantly thinking about what we don't have and are not grateful for all the wonderful things we have in our life. And that is what creates a poor inner life. With that, let me just show you this sort of short video. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's from a movie called City Slickers. It's just a 2-3 minute video. And what there's just the background. So there is a guy who's living a typical fast-paced urban life and running into all kinds of problems and issues in his life, including with his wife and so on. And then, out of frustration, he goes for a holiday in the mountains, and there he meets this cowboy. And he's talking to him about different things about life. And this clip, specifically, the next 2-3 minute clip, is that conversation between the cowboy and this urban guy. And see, hopefully you'll enjoy it.